She writes a small novelette called Anthem. A lot of people have read that, and it's read in high schools. It's kind of dystopian novel, and it doesn't get published in the U.S. It gets published in the U.K. UK is very interested in dystopian novels. Animal Farm, and in 1984, 84 is published a couple of years after, I think, after Anthem. There's reason to believe he read Anthem.
And George Orwell read for Animal
Anthem.
Farm.
Yeah.
Just a small aside, Animal Farm is probably top. I mean, it's weird to say, but I would say it's my favorite book.
Have you seen this movie out now called Mr. Jones?
No.
Oh, you've got to see Mr. Jones.
What's Mr. Jones?
It's
sorry for my ignorance.
No, it's a movie. It hasn't got any publicity, which is tragic because it's a really good movie. It's both brilliantly made. It's made by a Polish director, but it's in English. It's a true story, and George Orwell's Animal Farm is featured in it in the sense that during the story, George Orwell was writing Animal Farm, and the narrator is reading off sections of Animal Farm as the movie is progressing.
Yeah.
And the movie is a true story about the first Western journalist to discover and to write about the famine in Ukraine. And so he goes to Moscow, and then he gets on a train, and he finds himself in Ukraine, and it's beautifully and horrifically made. So the horror of the famine is brilliantly conveyed, and it's a true story. It's a very moving story, very powerful story, and just very well made movie. So it's tragic in my view that not more people are seeing it.
That's interesting. I was actually recently just complaining that there's not enough content on the famine, the 30s of stuff. There's so much on Hitler. Like I love the reading. I'm reading. It's so long. It's been taking me forever. The rise and fall of the Third Reich. Yeah, I love it. But
I've got the book to complement that you have to read. It's called The Ominous Parallels. It's Leonard Peikoff. And it's The Ominous Parallels, and it's about the causes of the rise of Hitler, but philosophical causes. So whereas The Rise and Fall is more of a kind of the existential kind of what happened, but really delving into the intellectual currents that led to the rise of Hitler.
And maybe
highly recommend that.
And basically suggesting how it might rise in other.
That's The Ominous Parallel. So the parallel he draws is to the United States. And he says those same intellectual forces are rising in the United States. And this was published, I think, published in 82. It was published in 82. So it's published a long time ago. And yet you look around us and it's unbelievably predictive, sadly, about the state of the world. So I haven't finished Ayn Rand's story. I don't know if you want me to.
No. But on that point, I'll have to. Let's please return to it. But let's talk.
But let me also say, just because I don't want to forget about Mr. Jones, it is true, the point you made. There are tons of movies that are anti-fascist, anti-Nazi, and that's good. But there are way too few movies that are anti-communist. Just almost none.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting. And if you remind me later, I'll tell you a story about that.